One of my favorite supplements on the market right now, full of cofactors. What? Do you need them? Can you use them? What's a cofactor, you ask? What the hell is wrong with you? We're going to get into that in a count of 1, 2, 3, go. So what's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. Today we're going to review We Go Home Sup's Peak Lyte. This is a hydration and performance formula. We're going to go over the ingredients, a bunch of cofactors. As you can see, we'll talk about cofactors as well. And this has 2 ingredients in here that makes this a little special. One is kind of new to the market. It's 100 milligrams of Ionoplex, if I'm saying that right. And 50 milligrams, of course, we've seen this before, but 50 milligrams of Synactive. We'll get into all that stuff, but first, let's get the flavor out of the way.
How's it taste, mother? No.
So what we have here is strawberry. You can't go wrong with flavoring simple flavors like strawberry and grape. This is a 9.5 on the flavor scale. If you're looking for a good, tasty hydration formula, this will actually quench your thirst. They did a really good job on that. Moving on.
Get the hell out of here.
So as you can see on the top of the label, we have 1 scoop. We have 50 servings in that scoop, and that scoop size is supposed to be 4.8 grams. And if you pack that scoop and you flat level it, you're right at 5 grams. Not bad. We Go Home Sups. Let's get into the rest of the label, but first, let's talk about what a cofactor is. So what is a cofactor? They're helper molecules, and basically what they do is they help the body function through hundreds and thousands of enzymatic processes throughout the body. These are non-protein molecules that actually bind to enzymes, enabling them to perform their catalytic activity by increasing the rate of the chemical reaction without permanently changing the initiated purpose of a given process. Without cofactors, many enzymes cannot function properly, which can lead to disruptions in metabolic pathways. So let's jump into this label and see what it's all about. So right on the top of the label, we have vitamin C at 100 milligrams. This is a superoxide scavenger and a free radical scavenger. This helps prevent damage within the body and tissues, even the endothelial tissue. It protects the blood vessels from oxidative and induced impairment of endothelial-dependent relaxations. What I mean by that is this actually helps protect the endothelial tissue when it contracts and relaxes from nitric oxide production. So as it stretches and comes back to normal, this keeps the integrity of those blood vessels. It's an essential cofactor for collagen synthesis within the body, helping with the stabilization of collagen molecules and strength of the cross-linking that's involved when repairing collagen. It's also a cofactor to dopamine and influences neuron and myelin sheath development within the brain. Now on to the next ingredient. Then we have vitamin B6 at 5 milligrams. So this helps with the nervous system, the immune system, and helps lower homocysteine levels, and it helps with brain function and brain development. It's an essential cofactor to over 140 different biological processes within the body. A few of them would be the production of neurotransmitters in the brain, GABA, serotonin, epinephrine, dopamine, and norepinephrine, as well as amino acid synthesis and catabolism. Then we have vitamin B12 as methylcobalamin at 12 micrograms. So I like this form because the methylated form, we got a methyl group in here already, so it helps with the methylation process within the body, which helps with enzymatic processes and the elimination, activation of other byproducts that are being broken down and formulated within the body to be used for bodily functions. It plays a big role in protein synthesis because it plays a cofactor to 2 enzymes, methionine synthase and methylmalonyl-CoA mutase. By enabling these 2 enzymes, B12 helps in the conversion of homocysteine to methionine, important for protein synthesis, and the metabolism of propionate, a fatty acid byproduct or a short-chain fatty acid that has many roles in the body, including playing a major role in gut health because this is a metabolite that's actually produced in the gut by gut bacteria to help lower cholesterol and help fight cancer. Then we have a chelated form of calcium at 84 milligrams. It's going to help with muscle contractions. It's going to help with heart contractions. It's going to help maintain the contractional capability of the blood vessels as well. Now in the muscles, this helps with the myosin and actin fibers as they lock together to create the contractional force. It's also a neural messenger helping with communication between the body and the brain. It's a cofactor to help with hormone production and even helping with blood clotting by regulating coagulation cascade, which is the process that stops bleeding, and the healing of damaged blood vessels. Then we have magnesium as magnesium glycinate at 60 milligrams. This helps with synaptic plasticity, and without it, the whole synaptic, the NMD receptors would fail to operate properly. In fact, magnesium is responsible for 80% of the body's metabolic functions. It helps maintain normal nerve function in the muscles, plays a role in bone health, sugar regulation, immune system, energy production, protein metabolism, and also helps maintain a steady heartbeat. Then we have sodium from pink Himalayan salt at 500 milligrams. Now you're all familiar with sodium as far as for hydration. Also, So we're all familiar that sodium can increase blood pressure. What else can it do? We need sodium for proper nerve function, along with potassium. And we'll talk about this for a second. Now, sodium, what it does, it helps with communications across neural pathways, powering positive ionic charges across membranes. It primarily sits outside of the cell, helping with fluid balance within the cells, along with potassium, by helping with water and mineral regulation. It also helps with the stored release of calcium for muscle contraction, and it helps control and regulate blood pressure. Then we have potassium as potassium chloride at 200 milligrams. Now, potassium helps with hydration as well, and helps control fluid balance along with sodium within the cell through the sodium-potassium pump. So sodium sits outside of the cell primarily, and potassium is usually inside the cell. The other things that potassium does is it helps with nerve signaling across cell membranes and muscle contractions, including the heart muscle. It helps with bone health by reducing calcium loss through the kidneys, and can prevent kidney stones, as well as helping to move nutrients in cells and cellular waste byproducts out of cells. Then we have Ionoplex at 100 milligrams. This is a new ingredient on the market, and this has fulvic minerals in it. We have calcium, sodium, potassium, copper, along with zinc, and 60 plus other trace minerals. Now, this is supposed to be stronger than Shilajit, which has fulvic acid in it. And if you've seen the Shilajit commercials and ads out there, it's supposed to increase your vigor and your energy levels. But let's get into this, break this one down, and we'll talk about this. So studies have shown that it increases mitochondrial energy by up to 50%. It's also a chelator, which is an organic chemical that binds with and removes heavy metals from the body. It's also been shown to be a strong antioxidant, as well as reducing glycation damage, which is when sugars bind to proteins or glucose binds to enzymes within the body, causing functional mutation and impairing their functions. So then we have coconut water powder at 100 milligrams. So this has lauric acid in it, which is going to help with inflammation. It has healthy fibers that eliminate waste and toxins. It has medium chain fatty acids, which regulate metabolism for energy, and it helps balance blood sugar levels. Coconut water powder also has 5 electrolytes in it that help balance out hydration within the body. These include sodium, magnesium, calcium, potassium, and phosphorus, which is used for energy production. Then we have Synactive at 50 milligrams. This has ginsenosides and flavonoids, and this helps with senescent cells, which are elderly cells that are dying and breaking down and no longer repairable. It promotes health by speeding up the breakdown of older cells while also encouraging the growth of new cells, revving up a protein called PAX7, which directly targets and regulates specific myogenic and neurogenic genes. It stimulates transcriptional activation of target genes and stem cells, promoting satellite cell self-renewal. This is the process by which stem cells divide to make more stem cells. And then there's a gene that affects, which is called MYF5. Now, this is a protein called myogenic factor 5, and it plays a key role in regulating muscle myogenesis, which is the formation of skeletal muscle tissue. And it is responsible for cellular growth and the maturity of satellite cells. Awesome ingredient. Now, let's get on to the effects. So what's my take on We Go Home Sub's Peak Lyte Hydration and Performance Formula? I think it's fantastic. If you're looking for a hydration formula, and let's say you are wanting to recover more. Let's say you're over 35 and you're having trouble recovering. This combination of the Ionoplex in this and the Synactive was a great combination. And the dosing, giving you 50 servings where you can take 2 doses a day, maybe one during training and one 4 or 5 hours later to help with recovery, I think was a great idea, instead of like jam packing and go way overdosing the minerals and the vitamins in this thing. That's just conservative on every aspect here with the ample amount of the Ionoplex and the Synactive inside of this formula. If you're looking for a hydration formula and performance formula, it's going to help with recovery, possibly energy as you go along, then I think this is a fantastic one to purchase. I pretty much said everything in the breakdown. So if you watch the breakdown and you see the purpose-driven reason for this formulation as far as how it all comes together, it's going to come together as hydration, and it's going to come together as a recovery, which is recovery on a cellular level and recovery as far as getting back the energy that you need with the body producing and being productive on its functions and enzymatic processes and everything. I think it's a fabulous product. That's all I have to say about it. Other than that, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel.
Put that cookie down now!
Take care now. Bye-bye then.